My name is Austin Cedar. I'm a strongman and arm wrestler, and I'm here to teach Larry here how to break some shit. There you go.
All right, guys, Wheels here. We're here at Hidetaka Yamagishi's Powerhouse Gym in Tokyo. Gonna do some strap deadlifts. A couple days ago, I did squats. It's actually the last day here in Tokyo. Tomorrow, we're flying out in the evening. So I figured might as well get a workout in Japan. Not doing anything crazy today, but I always say that and end up doing something crazy. So we'll see what happens. Right now, I think we're on the 3rd floor. So there's a small possibility I'm gonna fall through the floor, fall through the ceiling doing these deadlifts. But if that happens, it'd be an amazing video. So kind of hoping it does, kind of hoping it doesn't. Anyways, let's get to it. Only necessarily when your injury is close.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Austin Cedar. I'm a strongman and arm wrestler, and I'm here to teach Larry here how to break some shit.
Are you sure you're not Drago? Drago from Rocky? You look just like him.
Pretty sure.
All right, let's see it.
Here. Actually, yeah. So what I have here is a 60 penny nail. And basically for this, what you want to do is you stab the ends into your palm right here, and you roll your hand up while pushing in with your chest. So it's going to look a little something like this.
Jesus. Oh my God. That's insane. That's impressive. Sheesh. Can't imagine what it's like to arm wrestle this guy. That's your specialty, isn't it? Before bending stuff, it's arm wrestling?
Well, actually, I started bending stuff when I was in high school. So, like, high school, about junior, senior year, that was when I got into competitive strongman.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I messed up my back a few too many times.
Can you tell them that story about how you did the 150-pound dumbbell and?
Oh yeah, so I injured my back about a year ago doing wrist curls. Only me, I know.
Only one ever.
Yeah, pretty sure. As I was lowering the weight to the bench, something in my lower back just gave out. Still recovering. Just got some fresh goo in my spine today, actually. So.
Oh, you feel it? You feel the fluid?
Yeah, it feels really weird.
I can relate to something like that. I had a bicep injury doing squats once, so.
That's
yeah,
different.
Exactly. It's just the weirdest thing. Yeah. So. I will give this a try. But as fun as it would be to try bending a nail doing a deadlift, I think I'm gonna do my top set deadlift first, and then drop some weight, and then try that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
definitely, I was gonna say, a little tough off the floor. I think that's a given because I just did legs a couple days ago. But even that day I did the 425 with the barbell strap, it was difficult off the floor. You don't have that explosiveness that you would when using your arms to pull. You can't jerk the weight when, you know, the only thing that's holding it up is this little strap on your back. But once it gets off the floor, it's really easy. Not to mention the range of motion is a little bit shorter, maybe take a few inches. So on my deadlift, let's say my hands come about here. With the barbell strap, it's more like a bit lower, like here. So it means that my starting position is higher. And the higher you start from the higher your starting position, the easier and easier and easier the pull will be, right?
All right, guys, pump them up. Come on. Come on, yo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Lift that shit. Come on.
Let's go, Larry.
Come on. Come on, man. Lightweight.
Let's go, Larry.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Good?
Yep.
There you go.
Come on. It's good.
Up! Up! Nine! Come on!
Come on.
More! 6 more, come on! Let's go!
Easy.
Come on, man, break that floor!
That's it.
Come on.
You got 2 more in you, come on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ah! 1 more, come on! So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just wrapping this up so that it doesn't go through your hand. They don't make this any easier by any means. They just make it less dangerous. But yeah, like any kind of short steel, there's a risk to it, but as long as you're using the right wraps, it's fine. This one was already pre-done, so I'm just gonna slide that on there. And then, remember what I said, just right in the middle of your palms, and then push up through your index finger. So, under your chin, roll down. Are you ready, Beck? Did you already bend it? No. Oh, it looked like it was already. No, it's good. Oh. So, center your palms, right in there. And then tuck it under your chin.
Probably like that.
Yeah. And then you're gonna roll up with your hands, and then down with your
Up
elbows.
here?
Yeah. So roll up and down, like
Oh,
with
like
your
up.
elbows.
Go this way.
Yeah. So you're gonna like that. You want to keep it close.
Oh,
It's a lot harder the further it is away.
Jesus, it's a lot hard, period. Oh, my God.
Well, like that's what I'm saying. You want to keep tight because you're adding leverage, like
Here.
going out.
Oh, okay.
You're making it harder on yourself being far away from you. Tuck under your chin.
Can't get under my chin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have the leverage.
Flexibility.
Looks bent to me. Oh, my God.
Might wobble now.
Oh, my God. Maybe I'll do it sitting.
What I used to do too is roll it on my stomach. So like.
That's definitely more leverage that way for me.
Okay, so yeah, try that way then. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna just basically grind your knuckles into your stomach and roll up, and then try to squish in with your lower pecs.
Okay. So here. Here.
Right about there, yeah.
Kenji, you want to give it a go? Oh my God.
I want to say doing this takes about 300 pounds of force of just rotating through.
I might be giving about 50 from how much this is budging.
I've got a wrench that takes about 500.
It's fair to say it's not going to happen. I can't bend this. I'm curious if Kenji can bend it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the first time I attempted this, I want to say it took me like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I had already been bending the iron mine nails though. So I did have some background in it before I started. But yeah, like previous to bending short steel like this, I did a lot of rebar and horseshoes and stuff, you know, building up. Shit, can't get this wrapped right. Yeah, like recently my strength has been spiking. Like I'm getting stronger for no reason. Only in my hands though. Everywhere else is staying the same. It's probably the rock climbing.
That would definitely be why. Oh my God.
Probably that.
That's insanely difficult when you're heavy as us.
Yeah. Did you catch on to what I was telling you? Put the points in your palms right there. Roll through your index, and then bring your elbows forward.
Ganbatte! Fighto! Ganbatte!
Still gotta squeeze it in your chest too.
Fighto!
Push the ends with your pecs.
Kenji-sama! Fighto! Oh, I think he's bending. Fighto!
Come on.
Come on.
Ganbatte! Fighto! I
It
think
looks
it's
like you're
bent.
getting it moving.
Oh.
Oh no.
It looks like it, right?
I mean the leather was bending.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Here you go.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on. It looks like you're moving it. I can't tell if that's just the leather again.
It is, yeah. It's not gonna happen.
So this is a little 6-inch heavy-duty wrench. Bought this straight from Amazon, so you know, it's legit. But I basically treat this just like I treat the nail. Just tuck it under my chin and try to rotate through it. The weight difference on this though is about 200 extra pounds, so it's quite a bit more.
Yeah, these flights are difficult.
Yeah, just about. Now this I did actually try with some like more name brand wrenches, and I was able to get them bent into a U, but I did it wrong. So I made it a million times harder on myself. So when I went to the shorter wrenches, it was actually way easier than I expected. Like, I was able to do one of these first try.
You ready for this?
I'm not actually. Pretty insane.
All right. Now I like to do the bigger side in my strong hand, so it just makes it a little easier for me. But just like the nail.
すごい。何これ。
And yeah, that's done.
Oh my god, it just looked too easy. I want to see you bend it like a leg or an arm. Oh my god.
You guys can have this if you want to.
I'm gonna put it as a ticket for my bags.
Nice. Here, I can actually get that a little further. So for this, I'm just going to use the one pad, and then just crush between my legs like this. And now it literally can't go any further.
I'm 100% convinced he can bend a human arm in half. Just snap the bone and everything in between. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't think a bone is that sturdy.
Can
you knock on that?
That's legit. All right, so I'm going to bend a horseshoe. This right here is just so I don't injure my leg in the process. Same thing, I'm going to use the same wraps, just these little leather ones. And did you want to learn how to do this too?
Sure, yeah.
So I have no doubt you'll be able to do this one. So what I do is I pull with my strong arm and push with my weak one. So I have it set up like that. Now I put it behind my body and pull so that this is stabbing into my hip right here, but then it doesn't twist. And then I push back like I'm doing really heavy dips. And like you're gonna start feeling it give, and you just want to follow through with where you feel it moving. And then once you get to a certain point, you'll put it on top of your hip, and then just push, like you're pushing the bar through it. These are where the mental toughness come in. You gotta be able to endure some pain.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just a small one. I mean, on the grip board scale, this is like a level 2.
Out of 10?
I think there's 40 something.
Oh my god.
The biggest one that I've got is a 37, and I have yet to make that one wiggle. I think there's only like a couple guys on the planet that can do that though.
But I'll be including you soon enough when I
Hopefully.
Still recovering from that last set. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't do that. So
I guess we can't have it all. I can't bend that, you know.
I feel like you can do this one.
Probably, if you say it's at level 2 out of 40, I'm assuming I probably can.
This is a novice one. Like, these are the ones that I've been paper clipping and making necklaces out of.
Oh my god.
And I can teach you how to paper clip too if you want that, but that's a pretty advanced bend. That's a tough one. Even with this level, that's a tough one. All right. So, just to give an example. So, gonna pull left hand, push right, and it just gives just like that. Yeah.
Put that on your chest, ask for Superman.
Now to keep it going.
Something cracked.
That was the shoe.
Okay.
Was it? It was a shoe? Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
The leather scraping on the shoe.
Ah, okay. It's almost looking like a heart.
I could continue it into a heart. I do that to pick up girls here in Tokyo. I just bring some shoes with me, and if I see a pretty girl, I'll bend it into a heart and give it to her. It's worked for me a couple times. But. There's one side, and then this side's pretty short, so this is going to be tough.
Oh my god.
And paper clipped.
Been mutilated.
Yep. So you're going to want to position it in your hands. So
Which one does the...
actually, for you, it would be like this. So you want... yeah, just like that, actually. Yeah, that's good. Now, other side, because your right arm is going to be the pulling one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So put this end behind you.
Right here?
A little bit more. It'll be about like that. But
Okay.
lower. There you go. And use this to stab it into.
Okay.
Now, you're going to want to pull up this way and then push down that way.
Up which way?
This way. The pushing arm, you should feel it right here.
There.
The pulling arm, you should feel it in these three. Okay, so you're letting it spin a little bit.
Spin?
Yeah, it's like turning in your hands.
Okay.
You want to keep it flat. So, hold on. Hold on, let me think. This confuses me. There we go, like that. Okay. Had to think about it for a sec.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're going to want it behind you like that. You see how it's like flush against my hip?
Yeah.
And my arm is flush against my leg. And then you're going to pull up without letting this spin, and then push down through your palm with the other hand. So it's going to,
This.
yeah, just about. It's just the leather, don't worry. Here. Okay, yeah, so you're letting it spin in your hands. You gotta really death grip it.
Okay.
So you gotta squeeze the crap out of it with your right hand, and then with your left, you're gonna push down, like you're doing a kind of, but you're putting a lot more chest into it. So it's like a dip tricep extension hybrid that you're doing. And then this is just going to be a straight up row. You just got to pull it into you as hard as you can.
It's not happening. Shit. Maybe I'm conscious that my bicep's gonna tear.
Yeah,
It's only been happening a couple
could
weeks
be that
ago.
mental block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen other people, like, I don't know how they do it, but they like grab it like this, and they push on their hip, like away from each other like that. I don't know how though. I've never done it that way.
Like
That does need to be rewrapped though. That's way too loose.
I'll try that then.
That method might work better for you. Like, that's one thing about bending. It's like a lot of just playing into where your strengths are,
True.
not necessarily someone else's. Like, I'm completely self-taught.
Okay.
I try to avoid doing stuff that I think is like cheating though. Like, you know, I've seen people like step on it. Or,
Well,
you know, like,
not really even using your hands anymore.
yeah. I like to do it strictly for grip strength.
Okay.
Although I have seen one guy who's famous for his bite strength literally put one end in his mouth and then pull down with his hand.
What in the world?
Dude's a freak. He was actually on the Stan Lee's Superhumans,
I believe it. That's
and
insane.
he lifted 1,000 pounds with his teeth, like just biting and
Oh my god.
fucking absurd.
Just wonder what his teeth look like.
Surprisingly well. Like he walked out of the airport bending a coin in his teeth.
Oh my god.
Like just nuts. Okay, nope.
No.
So with his method, it was like both ends were vertical.
Yeah.
So like that.
This.
And he basically treated it like he was crushing. There you go. Yeah, so that method actually works for you. Okay, now use this towel
Yay!
and push it down on your leg like that. Okay. Go.
Here.
Yeah. So yeah, switch your hands up now because now you're going to be fighting
Oh, here.
your own body. No,
Okay.
like switch your hands up. So like this hand is here. This hand is here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And now just push through it. There you go. Fuck yeah, man. Nice. Solid.
All right.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Definitely gonna feel this tomorrow. Level 2. Oh my
Good shit,
god.
man.
This is level 37 out of 40. The one I just bent to and asked was level 2. So my mom could probably bend level 2 if that level scaling is accurate. So this I hear from
Awesome.
Austin, the pro. You haven't been able to budget yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, but there are people in the world who can.
Yes.
What method did they use? The one where you
the
did?
one that I did, yeah. So I want to say stainless steel and Hercules are the two biggest ones that I can think of. Maybe Dennis Rogers has also done it. I would be surprised if he hasn't actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, those are the only three that I can think of.
Okay. So I'll be impressed if I can budget this at all.
Yeah, I would be astounded.
I did feel a lot of pec in that, so maybe that's why
Yeah.
I do have strong pecs. I was able to bend that one using the other way.
Yeah, that was where I was really surprised you couldn't do the nail, because that's a lot of pec too.
Could be I have really poor mobility, so gap position is really uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
I already forgot how to do the last one, but
So yeah, just squeeze it. And, yeah. You got it a little bunched up right there.
okay.
There you go. All right, you want the towel again?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put a
Wait a
lot of force into that.
Fuck. Okay. How did I grip it before the last one?
So other way.
Flip it.
Yeah, you had it to where the points were up, and then you had it like that.
Like this. So I was going like this.
That. Yeah.
Like this is how I had it. Okay.
And then here's the towel. You're gonna need that.
Okay. Level 37. See if I can budget at all. Nope. Jesus Christ. Nope.
Yeah, this thing is nuts.
Oh my god.
I still can't do this one.
We'd like to see you try though. Maybe
Fair
today.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. There's definitely fear when doing things for the first time that involve you using maximal force. Like I feel all kinds of tension in my neck and my shoulder, and it just feels like something's gonna pop. I don't really know what I'm doing. But even if I did, I wouldn't bend it anyways. Just that mental block is still kind of there. So I'm curious to come back to this when I'm fully recovered and give it another try. Because it seems kind of fun, you know. And every now and then I get someone who's some champion arm wrestler that wants to arm wrestle me, and I want to know what I'm doing. I was even considered throwing in an arm wrestling exercise like 1 day a week, just to have a little edge. Developing my hand and wrist strength will carry over to all the other events I do in strongman and powerlifting anyway. Specifically, especially strongman. Farmers and stones. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna get aside. Oh shit, I think it's bending. Oh my god. It's there, man. What I'm looking at is right. Come on, all eyes on you. This is the time. This is the moment. Come on. Oh shit, I swear, my eyes deceived me. I thought it was bending. It looked like...
It felt like it, but I don't know.
Oh my god. And
That is actually a little bit off center.
Is it a little bit bent?
A little bit.
Yeah.
So I got it moving.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this thing is freaking nuts.
Can't believe there's people in the world who can do that.
I bruised the shit out of my palms doing this one. Here's some examples of the different coins I've bent. The dime is actually surprisingly easy. It's super thin. The pennies, I would say, are the most recognized as far as this feat goes. And then there's the 10 yen, that's comparable to a penny, just bigger so it's easier. I'm not even sure what this one's made of, but it's brutal. And then the 1 yen is like a plasticky metal, but it's thick and tiny, so it's like painful in that regard. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to bend 2018 penny here. I use sticky notes, just because it's a lot easier to get it wrapped. And it also goes through the leather, so it doesn't go through the paper. Just to get an idea of when it's moving.
Yeah.
That's fair. So just to get an idea of where to continue the bend, because this is going to take multiple attempts, I like to either center it on Lincoln or, well, this one doesn't have it, but the memorial. So this one's definitely going to be a Lincoln one. So yeah, what I do is I just wrap it up like this. And then from there, bend these down so that I can get a feel for where the penny is itself. And then I crush it between my palms like that.
Oh, between your palms.
Yeah. Yeah. This bruises the crap out of your palms, by the way. This is not a fun one. It is also pretty common to break blood vessels while doing this, but just so you can see it, it is already bent.
Oh my god. So go away.
I don't know if you guys want me to go full taco on this, but that might take a while.
We're impressed as it is. Oh my god.
You want to give this one a shot?
Sure.
It's going to bruise your palms though, so.
With the little energy I have left, I can give it a go.
Basically right where you see the bruises on my palms, that's where you're going to want to put it. Okay. So just jam both ends of the coin right into the bony part of your palm right there. And then you're going to want to squeeze with your fingers and then also squeeze between your legs. So like, it's really hard to describe what you're going to be feeling. Just, it's going to hurt. Here, bring your ankles together.
Here.
And then drive up with your legs.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, I feel that pain. They're gonna go through my hand.
Yeah. It feels like it's going to go through, but it won't.
And that was,
Did you get it?
no. I think, you know what? It is a little, it did bend a teeny bit if you look at it sideways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I would have kept going, yeah, I was just being a little,
It's a little off center.
yeah, little girl, but.
When I did the penny for the first time, it took 30 minutes straight of just grinding. Like, I had broken blood vessels all through my face, neck, and my hands were solid purple.
Oh my
I mean, it took literally everything I had.
God. And it's, wow. I believe it, yeah. Just it's already bruised just from a little bit of penny bending, just from like 10 seconds of it.
Yeah.
insane.
And then I also did a pry bar. Did that over my thigh and then between my legs. Basically same way. Full body workout. That took a half hour as well.
Yeah, I feel it in my fingers here too. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Can imagine
It's brutal.
lock it up with your arm wrestling. It's gonna be something else.